What's going on, guys? This is the Kentucky Prime Picks podcast. My name is Devin Hood, here with Gibbs, Stewart, Burke, and Austin. We're going to run through the top 25 matchups for Saturday for college basketball. We don't have a lot of sports going on right now, but we do have some good games looking forward to for tomorrow. Right, Gib?
Yes, sir.
What's the first one you're going to hit us with?
First one, number 13, Clemson at Virginia.
Clemson's kind of taking a rise up the rankings.
They're not-
13th in the country.
Not a bad team.
No,
not a bad team
at all.
No, they're not a bad team.
What's the line on that, Gib?
Clemson is a 6.5-point favorite. Over under set at 132.5, and they're minus 275 money line.
I agree with that completely.
Virginia
14-14.
isn't that good of a team.
Yeah.
No.
I would take the over.
Yeah.
Or not the over for the points, but I would take the 6.5 for the spread.
They win by 15 plus.
Yeah, I don't know if Virginia can even put up points like that.
No,
hit
I
that
mean
high.
their
I
coach.
wouldn't trust
Their
them.
coach walked out on them, boys. What's that tell you about the program?
Yeah, give me Clemson
He
spread.
didn't like NIL, but still.
Yeah, give me the Clemson 6.5 all day.
Yeah.
What do we got next, Gib?
Next up, we have number 16, Maryland at Penn State.
Penn State has a basketball team?
Allegedly.
Didn't know that Maryland wins by 15.
So, as of right now, the spread is set at minus 5.5 for Maryland. Over under set at 154.5, and money line's minus 225.
I love the spread on that one.
Oh yeah.
James Franklin ain't on that sideline.
So it opened at 4.5, but it's already jumped up to 5.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I would take that all day. What we got next, Gib?
Next up, we have number 1 Auburn
Uh-oh.
at number 17 Kentucky.
All right, so if you listen to the Kentucky Prime Sports Podcast, you know our views on this game. You know, it's really a toss-up, depending on what we do injury-wise. Do we sit guys? Do we play them? I think that's what that game really comes down to.
For sure. I'll give you the totals and stuff real quick. So spread right now is minus 4.5. Over under set at 166.5. Or my apologies, 165.5. And Auburn is favored at minus 200 on the money line.
Yeah, that's one. I really wish the spread was bigger. I wish it was like 9.5, 10.5, something like that. Then I would take the Kentucky spread. My personal opinion, I wouldn't hate the Kentucky money line there.
I'd take it.
Plus 170.
Yeah.
Not a terrible little parlay.
Two high scoring teams, I'd take it.
I mean, I think Kentucky can win that game.
I think they got a chance to win it, but
Auburn's.
I want more of a money line for Kentucky. Plus 164 is, I don't know.
You're getting plus 164.
That's what I see.
Plus
Yeah,
170.
Yeah, we're going off ESPN bet for all these that we read off.
I want
FanDuel, DraftKings, all going to be a little different.
200 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Make
really
it
like.
worth betting on.
Yeah, if I'm looking at plus 164, then it's like there's not really much value in that. I don't know if I'd do that, but
Yeah.
if for some reason Kentucky ends up plus 200, 250,
Yeah.
whatever,
That may be a
I'm
game
probably
to
throwing
tune
something
in,
at it.
10 minutes left in the first, or get close
See
to
what
halftime,
happens.
see what happens. If Kentucky's down, may not be a bad one to put some money on at that point.
Place a rally bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen them do that.
For sure.
I would love to see what their odds were whenever they played Gonzaga and were down 17. I mean,
That
they were
had to
probably
be nice.
plus 500. If
Is
not
Gonzaga
more.
even ranked anymore?
They're not.
No, they're bones.
Crazy.
Fell off. Them and
That
Kansas.
quad one might turn into a quad
Gonzaga,
two.
Kansas, UConn,
I was gonna say,
Baylor,
yeah, UConn
North
too.
Carolina. They're all unranked. They were in the top 25 at the start of the season.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yep. Crazy.
Crazy.
Louisville unranked start season. They've climbed up a little bit.
At least we're in there.
19th as of now. If we beat Pitt, I say we can jump up to 16. We did have a close game, against Virginia Tech.
That wasn't a good look, but hey, we still won
Still won
on the road.
Every one of our guys, Chucky was turning it over. Never does that, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody was kind of playing rattled.
What we got next, Gib?
Next up, we have number 10 Texas Tech at Kansas.
Ooh.
Texas
I
Tech.
think we almost have to bet on Kansas, right?
Kansas
I don't
is
know.
the favorite.
Yeah.
Kansas is the favorite?
Minus
Yeah.
4.5.
They've been struggling here as of late.
Total set at 144.5 and minus 200 money line for them.
All right, so that goes into our age-old analogy of take the better team on the road. But Kansas is favorited. I don't hate the Texas Tech plus money there.
And ESPN's matchup predictor has Kansas at a 60% chance win.
That's wild.
Shoot.
They've been.
I think rankings aside, Kansas is a better team.
Yeah.
Do you think Vegas knows what they're talking about?
Probably.
They normally do.
That
They
is
normally
very
do.
true.
They always know.
We took the better team on the road, and we've been getting smoked.
But the better team's always been underdogs. So it's weird now that they're favorites. Minus
So you
200.
think Kansas is a better team?
I think Kansas is probably the better team, but them being favorites kind of throws
Mm.
throws what we've been saying off, which we ain't been hitting or nothing. So that's a weird
tough
spot.
one.
Yeah. What did you
I'm-
say Texas Tech's money line was, Gib?
Plus 1.
70?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think that's decent value, I feel like. I don't know, though.
I mean, maybe you make multiple parlays, throw in a Kentucky and a Texas Tech, throw somebody else in that's a little underdog. Get some plus 500 action going.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
What are we seeing, Gib?
So up next we have Seton Hall at number 7, St. John's. And
St.
as
John.
of right now, I don't have any
No line for that.
no line for it on ESPN Bet. But through FanDuel, St. John's is a minus 20.5 point favorite on the spread.
Wow.
Minus 4,500 and over under set at 134.5.
All right, so basically don't touch that game at all.
Yeah, no.
So you'll lose money.
No value there whatsoever.
No.
Yeah,
If they win by 18, then the spread doesn't cover.
Yeah, no.
No thanks.
No shot. No. Seton
You're
Hall,
telling me a team wins by 18 and you lose money? No.
No.
they fell off. Seton Hall used to be a powerhouse, low key. It was a sneaky Big East team.
Yeah, they were.
And now it's just gone, I guess. That's crazy.
What we got next, Gib? Rolling into something else.
Another one I don't have an actual line for through ESPN is LSU at number 24, Mississippi State. But through FanDuel, Mississippi State is an 11.5 point favorite. Money line set at minus 800, and over under is 148.5.
Okay. See, that one's kind of weird too, because Mississippi State, which LSU at Mississippi State, right?
Yes.
Mississippi State had kind of struggled a little bit. They lost their last game this week, right, Bert?
Mm-hmm.
So, LSU is not a good basketball team,
No.
but we've seen them kind of hang around with decent teams.
I probably wouldn't touch the spread.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't.
LSU hung in there with Tennessee.
Yeah. What is the spread on that, Stuart?
11.5.
think so, yeah.
Dude, I mean, I just hate the SEC this year. As
Yeah.
far as betting,
You never know.
Yeah.
they could win by 20, or they could, it could be
Or they
a
could drop
5-point
one.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably not touch that one as
Yeah.
well. And we are kind of running through this a little quick tonight, guys. It's getting late. We got stuff to do. Mackey's is calling our names.
We
2
hungry.
cheeseburgers, large fry, large Coke.
We
Yes,
hungry.
sir. Yes, sir.
I'm serious.
A lot of these games haven't really had a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Like the Kentucky game, we could have rambled for a minute on, but we already rambled on that,
Yeah,
and the other pod. So there's no need beating the dead horse twice.
that's right. What we got
But
next?
Next, we have probably best game of the day. Number 6 Alabama at number 5 Tennessee.
Gib, don't tell me Alabama's plus money here.
I hate to be that guy,
Oh,
but
no.
Tennessee is the favorite at minus 3.5. Over under set at 158.5, and they are minus 175. Bama is plus 150.
So you're telling me I can get Alabama, who scores 150 points a game, at plus money against Tennessee, who struggles to put up 65?
Struggling in recent, weeks.
Tennessee kind of sucks.
And just to add a little more fuel to that fire, the matchup predictor has Tennessee at a 65% chance.
That these
They have a
don't
better
know.
They don't
chance.
know.
They have a better chance of beating Alabama, allegedly, than Kentucky does of beating Auburn.
I don't believe that.
So now this is where the second parlay comes into play, guys. Kentucky, Texas Tech, Alabama, all plus money.
I'm taking that all day long.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that.
I mean,
No, that's fine.
I'm taking it.
Alabama plus money against anybody. I'm not scared of that at all.
No, not one bit.
Put the house on it.
Put it on there.
All right, Gib, what we got next?
Give me 1 second. Okay, we have Cincinnati at number 4, Houston.
Snooze.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boring.
spread set at 14.5. Over under set at 125.
Not a whole lot of close ones this
And
week.
minus 2,000 and the money line.
Houston's going to win, and it's going to be the most boring basketball game of the day. They're probably going to win 66 to 48.
What's Cincinnati's record?
Poor.
17 and 11.
No, not that bad.
Not that bad. I thought it'd be under 500.
I'm tired of everybody acting like Houston's a
Powerhouse.
powerhouse or a Final Four contender.
They're not.
I'm gonna call them out here real quick. They said on KSR yesterday.
I think it was today they were talking about.
Yesterday or today, one of the two. Matt Jones and Drew Franklin both were like, "Hey, they were talking about national championship odds. They were like, we'll take Houston. That's an underrated program. They can't score.
No.
they can't. They've proved it like the last couple of years, like in the tournament.
Yeah,
Like-
they make the tournament. They win first round, second round. They get knocked out Sweet 16, Elite
Yeah,
8.
they had a better team than they do now, and still got beat.
Yeah.
So I mean, no, I don't know.
If you're struggling to hit 70,
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
going to
you
win.
ain't getting
No.
far.
No.
Maybe 10 years ago.
yeah,
Nowadays, not so much.
no, and that's the thing. Their coach Kelvin Sampson, he always has them in the hunt. They're always highly ranked, but once they get to the tournament, they just they falter out because they can't score over 70.
Right.
And I think that's going to hold true this year as well. They beat Cincinnati. Scott Satterfield's probably going to be on the sideline saying, "Don't put L's down." But doesn't matter. It's basketball. What we got next, Gib?
Next up, number 14, Missouri at Vanderbilt. Missouri
It's a
is
tricky one.
Missouri's the favorite coming in at minus 2.5. Over under set at 157.5. Minus 140 on money line.
So it's
Vandy is plus 120 money line.
Is it at Vandy?
At
Sam
Vandy.
Vandy.
Vandy's a hard place to go and play. We've seen that.
We've seen
a few
that this
times.
season.
Very weird court.
I'd probably take the Commodores on that one.
Yeah.
Home team being plus money, don't hate that at all.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen Vandy beat Kentucky and Tennessee both this year at home.
They've proven they can win the big game.
But Missouri also they put up 110 points, or 111 in their last game.
Yeah.
Beat Alabama 110 to 98,
Yeah.
whatever it was. If they're clicking,
They're hitting. They're hitting.
if they're hitting, that's a tough team to beat. But also, Vandy at home,
I'd take Vandy.
not a bad one.
Yeah.
All right, what we got next, Gib?
1 second. ESPN's website's being a little slow today.
I mean, it's ESPN.
That's always awful. We have Pitt at number 19, Louisville.
Austin, give us the rundown.
Louisville wins. By how much?
What's the spread, though, Gib?
I want to see a prediction real
All right.
quick.
I say Louisville wins by 12 plus.
Ooh.
Fire. Spread is 10.5 for Louisville.
Yeah.
Over
Okay.
under set at 150. Louisville's minus 600 money line.
So you would take the spread, 10.5 all day?
I think so too.
I don't hate that.
I think Louisville struggled against not very good Virginia Tech team, and I think they're gonna iron that out. I think they're gonna get better, and then it's at home too.
The crazy thing is, don't get me wrong, Virginia Tech, they're bums, but nobody on Louisville was playing good besides James Scott.
Yeah.
Nobody, and we win.
Yeah, we still got it out. I think they're gonna that was like a wake up call for them almost.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be dialed in this next game at home. Surely they can win by
Rain
11.
Smith goes for 25.
Yeah.
Mark it down right now. Take it to the bank.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't hate that 10.5. All right, what's on the next slate, Gib?
Florida State at number 2, Duke.
Duke wins by
Dude.
30.
Let me just point something out real quick. Tickets as low as $678.
Jesus Christ.
It's at Cameron.
Yeah.
You gotta be a
Uh,
lawyer to be able to
Duke's
afford those
about it,
tickets.
boys. Duke wins by 30.
Duke's a 22.5 point favorite. Over under set at 149.5. Money line minus 20,000.
Good Lord.
I'm telling you, dude.
Damn.
Duke wins by 30.
I mean, if you want to throw a penny on Florida State at plus 3,000, I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
hate it.
I wouldn't be mad.
20.5 is the spread, or 22.5?
22.
22.5.
I mean, it opened at 24.5. It's dropped down a little bit, but I'm still not really afraid of that, honestly.
No, I mean we've seen Louisville beat Florida State by like 30.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Duke's a good team.
yeah, I wouldn't hate that if you wanted to get wild with one. What's up next?
Up next, we have number 21 Marquette at Georgetown. This is another one. I don't know what their deal is today, but there's so many games ESPN doesn't have odds for. But FanDuel has it as Marquette being a 9.5 point favorite, over under set at 144.5, and money line is minus 420.
I'd probably do Marquette money line. I know there's not a lot of value there.
But it'd be a nice little
It'd be a nice
boost
Yeah.
to the
nice
parlay
little boost
builder.
to a parlay.
I think so too.
Because that spread, I mean, Marquette, we seen them get beat earlier this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
St. John's beat 'em.
yeah.
They're kind of fraudulent.
I don't think, dude, Marquette's always fraudulent. Always.
No,
I
I
agree with
respect that.
They have like it.
They've
Yeah.
been really, really solid since Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I'm listening to like what? Oh, that's way back.
Yeah,
that's like 20 years
that's
ago.
that's
I was
40.
thinking just like 10 to 15 years ago or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I went a little further back, but
Speaking of Dwayne Wade, a little bit off topic. I've seen a debate on Twitter. Y'all taking prime Wade or prime Harden?
Harden.
Prime Harden
Easy.
all day.
Dwayne Wade was a role player like his entire
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
Is that crazy? You
Harden
had to have
dropped-
Shaq to win a championship.
Harden could
I
drop.
can win a championship with
50.
Shaq.
Harden dropped 50 on anybody.
Yeah, imagine if Harden had Shaq.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think what kind of skews that argument is the fact that Dwayne Wade was, average or above average in the NBA at, for a longer period, where James Harden was very for like 3 years he was,
Top.
He was the
Top.
man.
but then he fell
Averaging
off.
triple double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if you get him in his prime for as long as Dwayne Wade was in his quote unquote prime, I think James Harden is definitely the answer.
Me too.
Yeah. I don't think.
I don't think Wade's even in the conversation.
I don't think so
with
either. No.
I think it's disrespectful to Harden to bring it up.
100%. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can talk defense or whatever, but I mean, you still got to score.
Dwayne Wade
D-Wade
had to
was not a
have-
scorer.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Harden hasn't won a championship, but like D-Wade had to have Shaq, and then he had to have LeBron and Chris Bosh.
Yeah. Dude, anybody can win with them.
Yeah, if you can't, you're bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Norris Cole won with him, you know?
Yeah, he got like 2 rings back to back. Like, you think
Yeah.
Norris Cole was the greatest ever? No.
No.
I agree with that. I think
Ring talk to me doesn't make you better. You know what I'm saying?
Not unless you were the guy or
Yeah.
second guy.
Yeah. Like LeBron, don't get me wrong. I think he's probably the best player to ever touch a basketball, but not because of his championships. I mean,
his longevity
Yeah.
has been.
Yeah.
First year in the league, he was dominant.
Yeah.
All the way until he's whatever
before
he
he's
is
40 now,
and
he's
years
still
old.
averaging
Yeah.
27.
And he's still
I
dominant.
mean-
Still a force to be reckoned with.
But his
Yeah.
championships, at Cleveland, he had Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
At Miami, he had Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Could he do it by himself? No. The Lakers haven't made the playoffs in, 3 years?
They did win the COVID year though.
They won COVID.
The
yeah.
COVID.
Well,
But that was, he had Anthony
Bubble
Davis.
year.
Now he's got Luka.
He had Anthony Davis in the COVID year too, though.
Yeah.
That was when Anthony Davis. That was the first year of that.
That bubble year was just weird, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I count that. I mean, it counts, but I don't count that. I think if they somehow do win this year, I'm not going to be mad just so Luka can get one.
Yeah.
After
I'll be
the
fine with
Mavs disrespected him, he goes on to win a championship.
Crazy enough, here we are looking at on the
James
TV
Harden.
right now. James Harden and LeBron James facing off right now.
Who do you think win this game? Clippers or Lakers?
Probably Lakers.
Lakers.
Probably Lakers by maybe 20.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really don't matter where it's at. It's still
I don't know,
probably a home
dude.
game for both of them.
Dude, if Harden still
goes
has a
off, though.
50 bomb in him, you know?
I don't think he's got that in him. I think he has.
I
He even
think-
done that recently?
I don't know that he's. I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
All right, what's our next matchup, Gib?
Next up, we have number 12, Texas A&M, at number 3, Florida. I didn't see this one earlier whenever I made my comment about one of the best games. This is another good game
This is
of
a
the
good
day.
one. Yeah, this is a good one.
Florida is favored 9.5 points, over under set at 147.5, and money line minus 500.
I don't think there's any value in this game at all. I think the spread's pretty spot on. It may be skewed a point or two either way, but I think Florida probably wins. I think they right the ship after their tough loss to Georgia. Get back on track. Big win over Texas A&M.
What do you have? How do you feel about the over under 147?
I would probably take the over.
I'll say I don't hate the over. 73, 74 game that puts you right at the under.
I think Florida. Florida's going to come out and score 80.
A&M's a really good defensive team, though.
Yeah, but I think Buzz Williams. I think he likes the offensive, style a little bit. Whenever they played Kentucky, he was letting them run a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he wants to get defensive, but I think he's able to, coach his guys into playing a high tempo as well. Yeah, I don't hate the over.
I'm gonna go ahead and just throw a little caveat out there. I hate that every sports book or betting place has slightly different odds.
Yeah.
Why can't we come together and just get a unanimous? Hey, this is minus 500.
You know what I really hate about sports books, Gib?
Losing.
The fact that I always lose.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
So
That's
Feelings mutual.
They think they know something or something.
Yeah. Who are they to take my hard-earned $10?
Yeah, come on, dude.
Bums.
Florida on this one on FanDuel is minus 430. Does that change your mind at all? You still taking Florida? Is that what's the move is there? This is better value.
I probably wouldn't touch money line just because minus 430.
Still not enough for you?
Yeah. I think I'll do the over in this one though. What we got moving on, Gib?
Next up, we have number 22 Arizona at number 9 Iowa State. Iowa State's a 5.5 point favorite. Over under set at 151. Money line is minus 250.
What's Arizona's plus money?
Plus 210.
I'm taking Arizona.
We've said it
Iowa
before, and
State's
I'll say it
frauds.
again. I hate Iowa State. They suck. They're not good.
Haven't been good since Georges Niang.
Yeah.
Do they win? Maybe. Probably.
Who cares? Won't watch it.
Yeah. But just for fun, I would put money on Arizona. Because that's how bad I hate Iowa State.
Yeah.
They suck.
Plus 210, that's value.
Yeah. Kentucky, Texas Tech, Alabama, Arizona, all plus money. Not saying that's going to hit, but
That's not bad at all.
It could.
it could.
Might hit.
Say it again. Kentucky, Alabama.
Texas Tech, Arizona.
What?
So, see what that gives us. That's 4 teams in plus money that have Kentucky has a chance. Texas Tech and Kansas, they have a chance. Alabama's going to beat Tennessee. And
For sure.
Arizona has a chance against Iowa State. You couldn't convince me otherwise on that. While Stewart gets that pulled up, Gib, what we got next?
So we got 2 games left on the slate. Next up, we have Oregon State at number 23 St. Mary's.
St. Mary's wins that
St. Mary's.
easily.
This is another one of those games. ESPN Bet don't have anything on. FanDuel has it as a minus 11.5. Over under set at 130.5. And money line is minus 850 for St. Mary's.
Yeah, St. Mary's probably wins. My question for this game is, how does Mark Few feel that Gonzaga is unranked and St. Mary's is ranked?
And the ticket prices, the lowest, the cheapest you can get in for is $51 at St. Mary's.
That's pretty
I
that's
feel like
pretty
you
good.
can get into a Gonzaga game for 20.
Yeah.
Is this the fall off of Gonzaga?
I hope so. I
Yeah.
hate them.
Mark Few's been there for 30 years.
They
They've
always
been there
hype them
forever.
up, dude. They think, Gonzaga, they're them, they're the best team. Dude, never.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of got punked this year.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
I
Love
love
to
it.
see it.
You think it's NIL that screwed them?
Probably.
No football money.
I mean,
No football money. That's true.
that is true, but I think they just kind of screwed themselves
How?
being bums.
Being fraudulent.
Just by
I
sucking.
mean, that's fair, but I think, they have no other. Basketball is
Do
their
they
only
even
money.
have a football team?
No,
No.
they don't even have one.
Mm.
So how do you
I think
make
so.
all this money? You know,
I don't know if it's NIL, but I feel like Mark Few every year he does something with like nothing, and so I feel like the players he's got right now just aren't what he's used to getting. Maybe. Or, like,
you're
he's
saying
not getting-
NIL is taking other players away, or
I don't-
because it almost has to be. If you can
Because
do
like,
nothing for
Mark
somebody
Few
else,
never really got like the high profile 5 stars. So like they weren't really recruiting with an edge before NIL. He would get one every now and then,
mm-hmm.
but like Morrison. Think back to Morrison. He got Kyle Wiltshire from Kentucky. Like he never took
Lawnmower.
like big names to Gonzaga. I would say his biggest name that he has there now is probably Nolan Hickman. And that was somebody who Kentucky was recruiting a couple of years ago, but he's been a multi-year player at Gonzaga. I feel like he's somebody that needs the older guys, and maybe this team's just not meshing as well as he had hoped.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But I still feel like you have value if you know you're going to be the best player on the team, and you can go to like a little bit bigger school and at least get something instead of nothing kind of thing.
That
Like,
is true.
You can probably go any other conference and make more than you're going to make at Gonzaga, even if
Yeah.
you're like a bench player.
I would
or
be
something.
curious to see what their like NIL
Yeah.
looks like. Are they able to
Mhm.
pay on par with like an Oklahoma?
Yeah, I was about to say a Missouri bench player or
Yeah.
like fifth string, not fifth string, but like sixth man
Yeah.
kind of guy. You
Yeah,
think-
yeah. Am I going? If I go to
Yeah.
Gonzaga and start and make, we'll just throw a whole number out there, $500,000 a year, or I go to Missouri and they said I'm probably going to get like 15, 20 minutes a game, but they're going to pay me $600,000.
Easy, yeah.
It's like, well,
You're taking cash.
yeah,
You're probably like 18 years old and you're taking cash. Yeah. So that's something we have to look into, but I think that would play a factor.
And you don't have to be him versus being
Yeah.
a role player.
You could be a bum and get paid more. People can take that.
yeah, that is true. That'll be something we have to look into, and we'll talk about on next week's episode. Is what does Gonzaga's NIL look like? Not having a football team.
Mm-hmm.
They have been really good for a long time, so maybe they have some high-profile donors up there in Washington.
I would say, do they have some killer boosters? Because I feel like that would save them pretty
Yeah.
easy.
That is big, but the way that NIL works, it's like you would have to take that booster money and put it towards your facilities and all this other things on campus, in which most players or most teams now, all their football money covers everything that NIL is just paying players. This is like booster deals. Is basically what it is.
Yeah, which
So-
the SEC is getting the big cut of the revenue sharing for their ESPN deal next
Yeah,
year.
everybody gets equal cut.
Everybody's
Everybody.
getting $22 million, and Georgia already came out and said like how they're allocating it, and $13.5 million is going straight to football.
And it what like facilities and stuff like that and all that, or
I
what?
think it can go directly to like team building as well.
Okay.
So like they get however they allocate
Yeah.
that 13.5.
Yeah, either way, that money's getting spent, in other places, and it's definitely building a brand and like other things around it. And
For
it
sure.
just helps it.
And one thing too, the SEC as a whole has decided to put more money towards basketball,
Yeah.
men's basketball specifically. What we got next, Gib?
The last game of the night is West Virginia at number 25 BYU.
The Mormons been playing some good
They've
ball.
been balling.
West Virginia has played some good ball occasionally.
I got West Virginia.
You think West Virginia?
Plus
Yeah.
400
It's at BYU though.
At
at
BYU.
BYU.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Mormons.
The Stormin' Mormons.
That's
The
what I'm doing.
Soakers. I'm taking West Virginia.
So they've played them within the last 5 games,
Okay,
and BYU won it 73-69.
and that was in Morgan.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know what they say: hard to beat the same team twice.
Unless you're Kentucky, you're playing Tennessee.
Kentucky playing Tennessee.
What's the spread?
9.5. Money line is minus 550. Over under set at 139.5.
I don't like any of that.
I hate it.
I think BYU wins.
To make some money, I'm betting West Virginia.
That might be like a solo bet. I don't know if I'd really want to throw it in a parlay to just watch it burn.
What time is that game?
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So crazy thought here. You throw 4 or 5 other games on top of it. Those hit. Now you got a cash out option at 9 o'clock.
You know they're not going to give you a cash out option for West Virginia.
Wishful thinking. Yeah. Wishful thinking. Yeah, I probably wouldn't touch that game at all. Me personally.
No.
No.
Tickets as low as $59.
That's kind of high.
Yeah,
For BYU.
it's not that low. Yeah.
Did you ever get that parlay with Kentucky, Texas Tech, Alabama, and who's
Arizona.
Arizona?
Yeah, it's a 4-leg plus 4,725.
No shot.
So you bet $10, win, total payout $482.59. And I placed it just quick tenor,
Yeah, you went ahead and locked it
Yeah,
in.
I mean Kentucky, Texas Tech, Bama, and Arizona. I don't hate that at all.
No,
I didn't figure that'd be plus 4,000.
I mean, even if you win the first couple, you could cash out after if you don't believe in like Arizona at the very end, because that's the latest one. That's a 9 o'clock game. You could have the 1 o'clock Kentucky game and the 2 o'clock Texas Tech and then 4 o'clock Bama.
And be 3 legs in.
Yeah.
Have a winner.
Yeah.
Cash out for about 1,000.
and then
Good.
don't sleep on
1,000.
If it's a $4,000.
What do you mean, like a plus 1,000?
Yeah. If you bet 100
Yeah,
and you got a $4,000 payout.
I know what you mean. Yep,
Yeah.
That's fair.
Or if you bet 10, you get you $110.
100 something. Yeah, that's value at the very least for you don't have to put up much. 4+ money bets that are all pretty have a really good shot at winning their game.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm fine with that.
can't sleep on that, plus 30% profit boost that usually gets given out on Saturdays for college basketball.
Yeah.
You know what my problem is? I always forget to look.
I always place my bet and then I see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and then
I'm
I
not
gotta place
playing.
another one.
Place another one.
I'm
Then
not
you're
putting
cooked.
another
Gotta
$10
play the
in.
other one.
Gotta use it. Yep, it's value. Got to find it.
Biggest shock of the night for me, Alabama plus money at Tennessee.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest value I've seen.
They're going to,
Have they played this season? I'll look it up real quick, but I don't know if anybody knew.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't think they
I
have.
don't think they have. I feel like I'd remember that one. I mean, that's plus money on Alabama. They're going to score 110.
Especially when Tennessee's on like such a downward
They're
trend there
trending
for a
down.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not trending up.
Never.
Alabama's trending up
No, they have not played
Never
yet this
have they
season.
made it
They
to
played
the Final
again?
Four.
in the history of basketball.
Ever.
No.
Even when they were playing
They don't
fire
play
departments,
only
they didn't
Only
make
played
it.
once.
Crazy. You got the Tennessee Volunteers, the Tennessee Fire Department, the Tennessee Police, and the Tennessee Emergency
Rescue.
EMT Emergency Rescue. They got beat first round.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
crazy.
I don't know if that actually happened, so don't fact check that.
It didn't, but I mean, it could have.
We're just throwing it out there.
Also, how nice would it be to beat Tennessee? Last game of the season, South Carolina.
Layup.
What if they mess around and lose?
Heartbreaking.
Embarrassment.
What are they
to
now?
the
They've
entire
won 6
state.
games? 5 games.
5, I think.
I think 5.
I think both of them are like 26-5 or something. 23-5.
Yeah.
Both of them.
This website.
Tennessee is 23-5.
Yeah, and Alabama.
Is also 23-5. Yeah.
And 2 of those losses to Tennessee came from protecting.
And yeah, Alabama's 12-3 in conference play. Tennessee is 10-5 in conference play.
I know you can't look at that and be certain on things, but Kentucky has played Tennessee and Alabama both twice. 2 of those games we lost, 2 of those games we won.
Swept both times.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
So you're telling me this team that has beat Kentucky twice is going to the team that Kentucky has beat twice, and you expect them to lose?
Yeah, I don't see it.
I mean, the first time Kentucky and Alabama played, they 106.
It was up
It
there.
was
Yeah, it was
over
up there.
100, and
Both
then
of
this time it was in the 90s, And then we've held Tennessee in the 60s and then, early 70s?
102 to 97.
102 to 97 first time. And then most recently they scored
96.
96? Yeah. I mean, if they can do that to us, and then we beat Tennessee and held them in the 60s and the 70s, Alabama may win that by 30.
Yeah, I don't think Tennessee can keep up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, just a random alternate spread. Just 10, 15 points. Just a solo.
Yeah.
Because, that's going to be plus halfway decent money.
Yeah, what if you did Alabama 10.5 and then West Virginia money line? For Austin out there. He's a big West Virginia believer.
What's that, West Virginia plus 400?
They could do it.
All right, guys, we're going to move into the Lil Wayne bracket. We've got the Final Four locked in. Tennessee's never seen it, but Lil Wayne has.
Never.
Bill Gates versus Miss My Dogs.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is pretty easy.
Well, it doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
Just bang, just like that.
Lincoln Park, it doesn't even matter. All right, so Bill Gates moving on to the championship round to take on John versus Right Above It.
Right above it.
John.
Come back.
John.
Right Above It. All comes down to Stewart.
Last second shot.
2v2.
This is tough. This is very tough.
This is
very
tough.
equal. But I would say Right Above It has it.
Let's go.
Right Above It.
I think so.
Well, this is setting up for a championship matchup. Bill Gates versus Right Above It. So, starting out, Bill Gates was a 3 seed. All right. Right Above It was a 7 seed.
What a
Wow.
What a Cinderella
That's-
run.
A Cinderella
That's
run.
disrespect.
7 is
100%.
disrespectful.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's crazy talk.
What a
That
run.
7 seed making it to the championship game against a 3 seed.
3 seed wins.
You think so?
Yeah.
Favorite?
Whenever we do this next week, find out the champion between Bill Gates and Right Above It, have to have everybody here. Or everybody has to have input.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's
need
one we have to
full
have
squad.
everybody
Need
to
it all.
come together for the championship.
Yep, has to. We might have to, reach out prior to the game, see what everybody's thinking, but we're definitely going to have to get full hands on deck on that one.
And we'll have to listen to both songs in their entirety.
In their entirety. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't have Austin just, spouting off lyrics at me and trying to sway my vote.
No,
He does that.
it's gonna be easy. It's an easy one for me personally, but
We'll see if it's easy for everybody else.
we'll see.
Out of all these songs, I think I've heard you say it's an easy one 98% of the time.
I mean, to me, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I think in the round of 32 you had more.
Yeah, the round
struggled.
of 32 was like a bigger struggle than
Yeah.
the lead 8 and on.
I would agree with that. Some of them were pretty tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
They
crazy.
really were. I think it has gotten, I don't know.
Easier.
I don't know, because I'm looking back through it and it's like, look. No Love took on Bedrock. We struggled with that one.
It's tough.
That is
Bedrock
tough.
could easily pass like half these songs we heard since
Yeah.
then.
John and Forever.
Yeah.
That was a round of 32 matchup.
That's
That's
crazy. That's an upset. That's like a.
It's a pretty easy one.
I mean, it is, but like it could be a lot more than we.
Yeah. Forever
around.
could be in the national championship.
It
may
could
not
be
mean
top
nothing to
5,
y'all,
8
but
maybe.
understand nothing was done for me.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a couple people got snubbed.
Yeah, there definitely was a couple upsets in there, in my opinion.
Nightmares at the Bottom.
Mm.
Nightmares at the Bottom didn't even make it out of the first round, boys.
It's a bone song.
No.
I almost think we should each fill out a bracket, like
Independently.
personal, and see what we come up with.
See who's the winner
hate
based
that.
off of like overall majority votes.
Yeah.
If it'll even add up that way.
I don't know how that would play out. But guys, we are wrapping this up, so that means we're gonna have to find another bracket. We've had some, talks offline here. Is Captain D's a real restaurant?
No shot.
It's a
No
front.
way.
That's gonna
it's
be-
a piece of trash.
That's going to be some things we're getting into on this, especially as March rolls around. The college basketball season's coming to a close. We're going to start hitting NBA probably once it wraps up. We don't know a thing about baseball, but hey,
We can get some games
we'll figure it
wrong.
out.
Yeah.
Let's do a fast food bracket.
We'll do a fast food bracket next.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what we got. I'm
All right.
down with that.
Do we break it down as like main entree, fries?
I don't know. We'll do some googling. See
Yeah,
what.
We'll see what we come
We
up
gotta
with.
cook something up, you know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Speaking of fast food,
I'm hungry.
Speaking of fast food, that's going to end it here, guys. This has been the Kentucky Prime Picks podcast. We appreciate everybody listening. Hope you all enjoyed it because we are as well. Have a good night.
peace.
Go Cats.